exposing the corruption in the Harris County criminal justice system. 1. Attorney Sam Adamo coerced a false confession. Sam Adamo coerced Richard Wayne Collins into signing a false confession in 1978, a confession claiming Collins personally shot and killed Muhammad Ali Vadat. But the state had already convicted John Henry Quinones as the shooter. Only one bullet and one gun were involved. But Adamo pressured Collins to confess anyway, saying a 5-year deal was a golden rainbow for murder, and the prosecutor would seek a life sentence if he didn't sign immediately. According to the call for service log, Collins was the one who reported the gun. He was not a suspect in the murder, nor was he ever arrested June 17, 1978 on unrelated charges. But still, prosecutors pushed a narrative that contradicted both the physical evidence and the state's prior conviction. His actions created the foundation for a fraudulent plea, one that justice has still not corrected. 2. Prosecutor Rusty Hardin and/or his late partner Jack Boddiford lied about how the murder weapon was obtained. Rusty Hardin and/or Jack Boddiford lied about how the murder weapon entered police custody. The state claimed the gun was seized during an unrelated arrest of Collins, along with a spontaneous confession. But the HPD call for service report that was withheld for 48 years contradicts that claim entirely. Collins was recorded as the complainant reporting the gun and it being seized as found property. The false account allowed the state to withhold records that would prove Collins innocent, but would also ruin the state's narrative in the Quinones case. These contradictions remain in the official files to this day. 3rd Judge Sam Robertson. Secret plea hearing and altered indictment. Judge Sam H. Robertson presided over a closed-door plea hearing with no outside witnesses. Only 4 people were inside the room: Rusty Hardin, Sam Adamo, Judge Robertson, Richard Wayne Collins. After Collins signed the coerced confession, suddenly Sam Robertson filed a motion to change the indictment to read Richard Wayne Collins in the Jim system. No official re-indictment, no grand jury, no legal authority. The alteration appears in the historical paperwork itself. 4. Kaylee Veltri pressured Collins for 9 months, despite exculpatory evidence. Kaylee Veltri, the prosecutor assigned in his 2024 aggravated sexual assault case, spent 9 months pressuring Collins to accept a plea agreement, knowing he had a parole hold that would still send him back to prison. Veltri discussed the parole hold openly with defense attorney Jerry Guarino. Jerry spoke as if it was leverage to drag out the case and pressure a plea. Even after detectives received exculpatory evidence of Collins' alibi, which destroyed the victim's narrative, and the alleged victim backtracked and claimed she did not remember the attack, nor remembered making a police report, Veltri still continued pushing the plea instead of seeking dismissal. 5. Defense attorney Jerry Guarino, collusion with the prosecutor. Jerry Guarino, rather than defending Collins, worked alongside prosecutor Kaylee Veltri. Guarino ignored exculpatory evidence, discouraged Collins from asserting innocence, and advised him to accept prison time that would violate his parole. His collaboration with the state mirrors past allegations raised against him in his past case. Additionally, defense attorney Sylvia Escobedo had been assigned the case after Jerry Guarino withdrew, claiming that Richard Wayne Collins was a disgruntled client and that he could not work with him, falsely asserting that he had done everything he could for the case and that Collins was being unreasonable. Guarino repeated these defamatory remarks directly to defense attorney Sylvia Escobedo in the presence of Eric Sanchez, who swore to this fact in a notarized affidavit. Now, defense attorney Sylvia Escobedo has possession of evidence that would conclusively prove the innocence of Collins, yet she refuses to release a copy to him. She cites an irrelevant 2016 opinion that bars a convicted defendant from receiving their entire legal file for safety reasons. However, this opinion clearly does not apply to Richard Wayne Collins. He is not a convicted defendant, and there are no safety concerns. as Collins has no interest in locating the witness, nor is he requesting any personal information about her. He is only asking for the statement in which she recanted her claims of being raped, an exculpatory statement that would directly overturn the charges against him. 6. Prosecutor Cody Keleman attempted to cover for Veltri. Cody Keleman attempted to retroactively claim he was the lead prosecutor, shielding Veltri from accountability after errors in the case became public. Witnesses say Keleman was only seen in court on the final day, contradicting his claim. His attempt to rewrite the record signals an effort to protect Veltri, not the truth. 7. Detective Lauren Tucker ignored proof of Collins' innocence. Detective Lauren Tucker received evidence from Eric Sanchez on July 24, 2024, that dismantled the state's narrative. Tucker confirmed the evidence, interviewed the alleged victim, and learned she claimed she didn't remember the assault. She claimed she didn't remember the police report. Lauren Tucker still never asked her to pick him from a photo lineup, citing that she was allegedly legally blind. Yet Tucker did not disclose these findings to the court, nor did any of the prosecutors, nor Jerry Garino. Instead, she allowed Collins to remain jailed for 8 more months while plea pressure continued. 8. Sergeant Jose Sáenz allowed suppression of exculpatory evidence. Jose Sáenz, Tucker's supervisor, knew the contradictions and failed to intervene. Even with a recanting or memory void victim, the state doubled down, with Sáenz approving Tucker's handling of the case. This constitutes a direct failure of investigative responsibility. The case of Eric Sanchez. 9. Judge Lester G. Rorick approved an altered contradictory affidavit. Lester G. Rorick signed a search warrant affidavit that contained a suspect name, Daniel Moore, crossed out by hand, and the name Eric Sanchez handwritten in its place. Officer claims that contradicted his own later statements. No lawful basis for probable cause. Despite all this, Rorick signed off, enabling the unlawful arrest and blood draw. 10. Phlebotomist Norma Rivera drew blood without consent. Norma Rivera drew Sanchez's blood with no verbal refusal, no signed refusal, and no documented consent, violating medical and legal protocol. She then allowed Officer Mark Ferguson, the arresting officer, to sign as witness, creating a conflict of interest and tainting the entire chain of custody. 11. Officer Mark Ferguson improperly witnessed the blood draw. Mark Ferguson acted as the witness to the blood draw he himself ordered, a clear breach of procedure. His involvement compromised the legality of the sample from the very beginning. He is also the one who drafted the fraudulent affidavit naming Daniel Moore. 12. Defense attorney Catherine Del Valle withheld grounds for dismissal. Catherine Del Valle possessed clear evidence of contradictions in the state's case, yet advised Sanchez to plead guilty. She asked Sanchez invasive personal questions that later appeared in a suspicious call log referencing a different person entirely. Instead of moving for dismissal, she worked with prosecutor Kelsey Leiper to secure a plea that protected the state, not her client. 13th prosecutor Kelsey Leiper knew that the state had almost no admissible evidence, especially with the blood drawn being compromised, as the Forensic Science Center lab had broken all the seals, rendering it impossible for any independent testing, and that it seemed that Pasadena even withheld or destroyed evidence such as the second dash cam and body cam involved in the arrest when Sanchez was articulating that they had no probable cause to stop him. The case of Michael McNatt. 14. Prosecutor Samantha Knecht misrepresented the narrative and suppressed evidence. Samantha Knecht, chief of major offenders, led a sting operation against Michael McNatt that omitted crucial context and evidence. Evidence shows McNatt believed the undercover agents were federal officers with immigration power. The state claimed in court this conversation never happened, but here it is in their own undercover recording.
that originally, because what they had said was that somebody had to be deported. Somebody had to go to Guantanamo Bay and then be initially deported to there, and then that was the worst. It was.
Well, and everybody's got their specialty. Unfortunately, those guys originally talked to, they may have a little stronger ties in certain areas than we do.
Knecht also told the court McNatt never gave any impression McNatt believed they were law enforcement. That was a lie. Here's the clip that proves otherwise.
To me, I would do. Have y'all got access to a car with lights, sirens, and all that good shit? Okay. See, if you had that, this would be it would be the simplest thing in the world.
Her omissions transformed a coercive immigration-based scenario into accusations of kidnapping, torture, and murder solicitation. A jury ruled McNatt not guilty of solicitation of capital murder, but unfortunately were unlawfully influenced by the judge to rule guilty on the solicitation of kidnapping charge to, quote, protect the women, not because McNatt was guilty. 15. Edwin Kent provided cooperation while possibly facing child sexual assault allegations. Edwin Kent, the original complainant, continued cooperating with police even after the state claimed he had no further involvement. Records show he attempted to obtain secret recordings to entrap McNatt. During this same period, Kent was under investigation for repeated sexual offenses against a 13-year-old girl, yet was not charged until after the McNatt conviction. He later received 6 years deferred adjudication, wiping his record clean upon completion.